Welcome everybody, Red Arrow 23 here, time for your War Factory preview for the 6th of April. Let's boom some booches! Okay everybody, let's have a look and see what War Factory has in store for us today. First of all, we got some prototype parts, a lot of fuel rods there, and we've got some iron and some wood, so that's great. We're going to be looking at the base. We've got a rocket launcher, some range of most of the beach. Might be able to get away with greens on the bottom corner, but I doubt it. It's pretty tight. And then the right side of the beach is going to be covered mostly by this rocket launcher as well. So not too much easy stuff going on here. If you are looking at clearing, you probably have to go in and target these rocket launchers and lasers first before you sort of collect some cells here. Does look reasonably easy, but I've been looking at it for a while and it's not as easy as I thought. Warriors might even work best today. It's got 543k on the core. So if you got warriors on there, these flamethrowers might be in range, and all of these rockets are going to be in range, as well as the doom cannon, hot pot, mortars, and shock launcher. So there's a lot of shocks, but you might be able to get it down. Yeah, you could have a little bit of fun with universal remote as well if you're going to be doing like GBE and or universal remote attacks. So you could just sort of sneak in under here, under the laser beam and rocket launcher, either tag or just flare onto each of these rocket launchers and start taking them down. Probably start from the top down, or I guess it depends what you want to do. You could just start freeing up the beach if you cleared out these lower ones here. Looking at AZ, if you were fully boosted, this is what I would do. I'd go to Smoke Land just by these factory supplies. I'd head on up, so I'd sort of stay a little bit off the factory supplies, as making sure that they're still anchored, and then you wouldn't have to worry about clearing these mines, because then you could flare directly up between the boom cannon and the sniper tower and that gap there, and then, or even a little bit higher, just above the boom cannon. And then you can either flare above the mortar and boom cannon, noting that that's the rocket launcher range there, and you could do probably 2 shocks, one on the mortar, one on the hot pot and doom cannon. And I was thinking about a critter shock, but the hot pot would just roast the critters real quick. And then you could just let them roam free and just completely clear out anything behind the core. It's going to be a bit tough for me today because it's going to be about 12 smokes to get up there, followed by 2 critter, 2 shocks, followed by 2 shocks, which is 21 GBE. And I start with 117 or 116, so it's just going to be extremely tight. The other option for full boosted, you could probably even get away with a GBE masterpiece boost if you have the right statue setup. And then another option will be reasonably similar path, but heading to between the boom cannon and grappler and going for 1, 2, 3 shocks and just hitting the core. And you need a little bit more GB for that as well, but it would just go down real quick. I think because I'm unboosted, I might need to do a clear, and I was thinking about using universal remote, but if I'm going to be clearing these rocket launchers helping me up top, I may as well clear these other ones, which will help me down low. So the laser's in range there, so I only really want to take out the 9 rocket launchers and the laser beam, and then that'll free up this beach. I can just sort of land, maybe flare onto the sniper tower, making sure I stay outside the flamethrower and the shock launcher range. And the fire laser if I haven't taken it out. And then we can just collect up a whole bunch of GBE, come over and anchor by the boom cannon, and then head up and carry on as we stated before, noting that this rocket launcher is going to be down. So I think that's what we're going to do. I believe it's 2 shocks if I park. I need to park far away enough from these lasers over the way and the rocket launchers. So I'm going to park in between this quad is the plan, and then I'm going to shock these 4 defenses and these 5 defenses. Making sure I get these 2 is the main worry, because I'll be in the dead zone of these 4 rocket launchers. So that's the plan. I could use universal remote. I don't think it will help me that much. So I'm probably just going to bring brick and use battle orders, and then hopefully we can clear it out a little bit quicker, and then we can head away. After we've taken out the rocket launchers and the laser, we don't really want to take too much GBE because it's going to be useful in our next attack. So I'm probably just going to flare down under smoke. Might even just anchor by a factory supply while I potentially clear these 2 mines if I've got extra GBE. There's not a lot of health on those mortars, so we could bat them out as well. If they're nearly down, then we could definitely get them down in the next attack. And then all we would need to worry about is the hot pot and the doom cannon. So clearing attack's probably going to be pretty good. Yeah, if you know how to take it down unboosted with AZ, make sure you let us know in the comment section down below, and you guys check it out. So let's go in. We're going to be going AZ. So let's do it. Playing on my tablet at the moment, which is a little bit of a learning curve. So how do we want to tag these things? Ideally we want to tag them. So I'm going to put a barrage here, and then we're just trying to tag all of the rocket launchers that are further away from us, because we want to take them down first. So there we go, that went pretty well. Kind of want to tag the laser as well, so I might just go ahead and do that now. And then now comes the question, do I want to bring everything? Because it's going to spread a little bit, but I think we will. We'll just bring everything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to go pretty well. We'll do a little bit of overlap on the smoke, and then flare up to the spot. Didn't peek out the back, which is great. And then I'm going to double smoke in there and just let them spread out. I'm going to activate the ability now. I'm going to get ready with my shocks. So I want to go there and there. Did shock a bunch of our Zookas there, but that should be okay. I want to take out that left laser as soon as possible, so I want that to fire off. We did get in range of the far laser, which is disappointing. We can have a look at that in the replay. And as soon as that rocket launcher goes down, we can flare away. And it didn't go down, so we'll try and GBE it down. So I forgot about all of the rocket launchers I didn't tag, which is great. So we're gonna have to go in and get them. We'll reload some Zookas. I wasn't anticipating getting taken out that quickly, but let's have a look, see what happened. So we still got the laser. This far laser did come in range just because of the way that they Zookas spread. I maybe should have flared a little bit short above this rocket launcher instead of right in between the corner. So we're still going to need. So I could probably do the same thing again. Park a little bit short. Maybe flare on this far rocket launcher. I'm still going to have to shock the laser beam and rocket launcher. Take out those 3 rocket launchers. And then we want to retreat, really. There's nothing much else we can do without stealing a whole bunch of GBE from the next attack. Or we could go straight up. Means we'll still have to smoke the landing. But we can go up there and we only need to worry about shocking this and these. Obviously the safer option is just to clear the rocket launchers, use a bit of GBE on the mortars, and then retreat. So do we want to be safe? That's the question. Do we want to be safe? Either way, we're going to have to diamond up these Zookas. Hopefully we don't lose any more. Let's watch the replay real quick. So the tag went well. We got the 3 smoke landing because we've got 9 boats now. I have to use the 3 smoke landing. And then we flared a little bit too high, and because all the defenses are damaged to up and left of us, they sort of spread that way. And then the laser's gone straight in range. So it got a little bit confused to begin with because the mortar was picking us off. And then it fired straight through the guts of them. And we lost a couple on the retreat as well. So we probably should have just hung out there. I didn't have a lot of GBE to support them though. So I think we should go... wonder if we need to use all of our boats as well. I think we'll go for a clear. The mortar's definitely close to range. Don't want to get in range of these flamethrowers either. So I sort of want to flare the gap above, the gap between the two destroyed rocket launchers above these ones. And then flare onto the far rocket launcher and just shock those two. And then I'll just let the bazookas take out the rocket launchers, which will be great. Could do that. Wouldn't necessarily need all my boats, but I think we'll take them anyway. There's not much point in not taking them, because we'll have to regroup later anyway. And then I think we'll go up for the core. Will we? Nah, because our shocks will be too expensive. So we'll just take these out and then we'll retreat. Let's have a look. And diamonds. Okay. So we want to do the same landing as before. And we want to park about there. So we want to center our smokes about here. 1, 2, 3. And our last smoke was a bit too high, so we peeked out the back. So we already lost Zukas. We have to reflare super low because they took ages together. And a smoke like this, and just before we get there, I want to flare onto that rocket launcher. Hopefully we don't peek out the bottom, which we did. And we shocked a little bit early, that's okay. I've used battle orders so that we can take these out nice and quick. And look at all of those grapplers in range. Let's get the smoke on. And then we're going to retreat. Ugh. What was Brick up to? Hanging back. It's all good. So we lost another 19 Zukas. We're not on a particularly great record right now. If you can tie in War Factory with your boost, it can be a lot easier. So definitely try that out. I'm not going to bother with diamonding any more Zukas because we should be able to take it out from here. I think we'll go for... Do you want to go for core rush? Just straight to the core? Or do we want to clear it out and take it out a little bit easier? I think we'll clear it out mainly because the path is a little easier. We wouldn't have to cut across and risk hitting those mines. So let's do that. We're going to park just above the mortar and boom cannon. 2 shocks and we'll just clear out the area. So let's do that. You want to bring Brick? Yeah, we'll bring Brick. It's a little bit more exciting that way. So here we go. Do we need to smoke the landing? I don't think we do. No, that's like the whole reason we did this. So there we go. I'm not going to get in range of that laser or the shock launcher because they're going to ruin our lives. But we are a big fan of all this GBE we're gathering. I should have double checked the laser range so that I know where to go. And you got to remember when you're working around around grapplers, you might see it now, that as soon as the grappler pulls it in range, see how that right laser turned? I'm going to flare a little bit wonky and hope that we can sort out this walk. Yeah, so that laser turned, so if the laser did fire... What is this? Okay, that's alright. Now we're going to flare right up into that gap. Not using particularly good 45-degree angles, which I'm a little bit annoyed at myself about. Then we're going to double smoke a little bit late. Nope, it's there. We've got 86 GBE, so we're going to 4 battle orders and our 2 shocks. Probably chuck some critters on the right hand side as well, actually. Not luring any lasers. Bang, bang. And then we're just going to be clearing out from here. Getting ready with re-shocks. Doom Cannon is going to be distracted by these, by all of this, and then we battle orders and finish it off. By the critters is what I meant. So we went out there, just cleared out the area. If those rocket launchers are in range, you see that they probably wouldn't have clipped us. So if we had enough GBE to smoke all the way up there, we would have been fine just with the 2 shocks and battle orders cleared out. I think battle orders helped a lot just to mow down the area real quick. So definitely look out for that. Lost another 11 Zookas, so there's a reasonable amount of losses today. Definitely try and do better than me, learn from my mistakes. If you want to take out those rocket launchers, that's great. If you have the GBE, then smoke straight past them. That'll be what I would suggest, and do the clearing. The core rush obviously puts you in range of the rocket launchers. And check out the replay, check out all of those ranges and where we were sitting. And let me know how you went in the comment section down below. Give us a thumbs up, like the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe for more Boom Beach.